Greetings, great people. Today, I want to be talking briefly on intercessor. I want to talk about who is an intercessor and how will you know if you are called to be an intercessor. You know, intercessor or intercessory is a ministry. Intercessor is a person called to function into that ministry. Now, intercessory is part of the believer's general calling. There is a general calling of every believer, and there is specific calling. Just as we are made to preach the gospel as believers, but there are people who are called fully into evangelical ministry. The same way there are people who are called into intercessory ministry. Now, I'm not going to talk about intercessory as a general calling. I'm going to talk about intercessory as a specific ministry. If you listen to this voice note and there are questions, I want you to comment below. Now, when it comes to intercession, what is intercession? Intercession has to do with praying for people, interceding for nations, people. Now, I want to talk about signs that show that you are truly called to be an intercessor. But before then, I want us to read a scripture, and it's in Ezekiel chapter 33 verse 7. It says, "Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the people of Israel. So hear the word I speak and give them warning from me." Intercessors are like watchmen. They are like securities. That is to say that things cannot just happen. They somehow function in the office of a prophet, especially those who are called into prophetic intercession. So they sometimes function like a prophet. They pick vibrations in the spirit before things happen. They bet it. See, intercessors, they operate in two offices. One is that they bet things, and the second office is that they stop things. In other words, things that are made for the good of others, they bet it through their prayers, and they stop the plans of the enemy through their prayer. Every child of God have this intercessory general calling, but there are people who are called fully into intercessory ministry. So I want to give few signs that show that you are called into this intercessory ministry. Number one is that most times you sense a strong burden in your spirit. You sense a very strong burden in your spirit to pray for others, and you don't even know why. Sometimes when you are praying for yourself, messages about people will start dropping in your spirit, or you start having a leading in your spirit to begin to intercede for others. Sometimes it might be strangers that you have not even met before. So if you keep seeing this thing, it means that you are an intercessor. Another thing is that you like to be in an environment of prayer. Anything that involves prayer, meeting, like you have this desire. I am not just talking about the people they call prayer band and so on. No, it's different from what I'm talking about. Intercessory is a ministry. So you have this strong hunger for prayers and you like things that will stir up your spirit. You like deep worship. You like things, teachings and video clips that can stir up your spirit. You are always in need of this atmosphere of prayer. This is a sign that you are an intercessor. Another sign is that most times you dream about things. Now, you know that intercessory ministry looks like a prophetic ministry. You understand? But they are not actually the same. It's just that is the same spirit of God that function in different ways. So most times you dream about things before it happen. It actually shows that you have this intercessory ministry. Now the question is, can somebody function in different ministries? Yes, somebody can function in a teaching ministry and function as well in a prophetic ministry and also function in the intercessory. But there must be a specific ministry you are meant to function, and that ministry you are fully ordained to function is the one that will manifest, that will be more visible than others. So because of our time, I might not throw more light on this, but if you have a question, please ask your question. Follow me on my TikTok account. um Follow me on Facebook and on YouTube for more interesting content. Thank you and God bless you.